on to the Hasbro figures. First off, the WCW figures like this Hogan one. Okay, there was also the Giant, which later went on to become the Big Show. So, these Hasbro figures, some of these are kind of beat up, so you'll have to excuse me for that. They were broken, and I didn't want to get rid of them. Like, for example, you've got Akeem the African Dream, right, missing his arms. But somewhere along the lines, I got another one, because that's what he's supposed to look like. So, some of these guys, they're still missing limbs or something, so bear with me. Andre the Giant. That was the one I had as a kid. And somewhere along the lines, I bought another one. That's what it looks like. So, very popular. I also have some pretty rare ones in here that people probably don't remember a lot. This one, Ultimate Warrior, I think this is one of the harder ones to find. But that was like one of his best looking ones. I also have this one here, which is pretty neat. Break away for a minute. WCW tried their best to keep up with WBF back in the 90s. And they did for a while. Including making their own variation of figures. Like, for example, this is kind of like a Hasbro figure almost. NWO Scott Hall. He moves and everything. Kind of neat. There are a bunch of those. Okay, so this next figure, I don't know if this is variation or not. It looks like it is. Ravishing Rick Rude. So there's one missing his arm. And it looks like it's almost pinkish. And then there's this one. It looks purple. So there could have been variation. I mean, very possible. Of course, can't have a collection without Hulk Hogan, of course. Was the biggest star back in the 80s and part of the 90s. One of the biggest, box office attractions. So, without a doubt, wrestling would not be what it is had it not been for Hulk Hogan. That's just the truth. Here's a tag team, the Nasty Boys. So here's one of my favorites, which I always cherish. Just this one, the Rocket Owen Hart, which this was. In this one, he was a tag team. It didn't come together packaged. It was packaged individually, but he was a tag team partner with Jim the Anvil Neidhart, which is right here. So Owen Hart and Jim Neidhart were I think they were the new foundation, I think. So kind of a short-lived thing, but here's a Macho Man that's kind of beat up. He's missing a limb. He's, had a few scraps in his day. Here's what he's supposed to look like. So I figured it'd be kind of neat. I had another one of these. There's a different variation. This is Razor Ramon. But there's a variation where he's got a black vest and red trunks and I think black boots. I had that one. What happened to it, I have no clue. But I've lost a lot of figures over the years, so it happens. Here's some other ones. The Natural Disasters. There's Earthquake and Typhoon. Skinner. Missing his hat. I don't know what happened to his hat. Doink the Clown. I got two of these because there's one here that's playing The Exorcist. No, there's one here that's missing an arm, and then there's what he's supposed to look like. And he's still missing a finger, so he looks like this, minus missing the finger. I can't believe this one's actually, I have Undertaker. He's missing part of his arm. I don't know how that happened. I don't remember him being like that, so. Variations of Bret the Hitman Hart. That was his first figure, I believe. I don't remember if this was a special order or if you were able to actually find. I think I found this one like a KB Toys back in the day, which that's something that probably doesn't even exist anymore, is KB Toys. This was a really cool one. There is, trying to find both of them. I can't find them both. Elegante, Giant Gonzalez. Well, he was Elegante in WCW. The Ugandan Giant Kamala. Now, if you find this figure and here he has a moon instead of a star, hang on to it. That's a very rare one. So if you have this figure and he's got a moon instead of a star, he's worth a lot of money. Hopefully he's in good condition. Greg the Hammer Valentine. One of my favorite guys growing up, the Texas Tornado, Kerry Von Erich. I'm from Texas, so the Von Erichs were like the biggest, growing up, they were the biggest wrestling stars in the state of Texas. They really were. They were amazing. It was a shame what happened to them. Sergeant Slaughter, which that figure took forever to find. Here is Virgil. Here's another figure. If you have him in original packaging, Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream, if you have him in original packaging, leave it be. That's worth a lot of money. Some of these figures I wish I hadn't opened up, but, well, I didn't know they were going to be as popular as they were. Yokozuna. Pretty sure there's a variation of this. I think the other variation, I think he's got, like, red and white trunks or something, I believe. I know there's another variation somewhere. I swear I remember there being one. El Matador, Tito Santana. I'm still trying to find... I found it. Here we go. One of my favorite tag teams, the Legion of Doom. Here's another one. These guys were crazy. They were known as the Sheep Herders. They went to WWF, WWE. They became the Bushwhackers. There was a variation of these as well. They were the other set that I used to also have. They were in a tan top and like tan camo. They looked really neat. So I had a lot of these figures that I'd given to a friend of mine. I had like Steiner Brothers and I countless other ones. I just can't even remember. Papa Shango. If I could find all three of these guys. There's Demolition, Axe and Smash, and Crush. They used to come with masks. Of course, they don't, obviously they don't have them. Now, Demolition Smash broke off into singles later and became the Repo Man. So for those who don't know, Demolition Smash and Repo Man are the same person, Barry Darso. He wrestled back in the day, Crusher Khrushchev, and I think he had another name with him. Sid Justice, minus, the missing finger. Here's another one, brings back memories, the British Bulldog. Mr. Perfect, Kurt Hennig. He had a couple variations. I think he had a yellow singlet. And I don't remember that he didn't have a third figure. I think he may have. Native American Tatanka, which I thought there was I thought there was one with pants, because I remember seeing in a magazine there was a figure of him with pants. I don't remember if that one ever came out or not. It may have. Honky Tonk Man. Here's an old one. Hacksaw Jim Duggan, which there was also another variation of him in a singlet with the American flag on it, which unfortunately don't have anymore. The Head Shrinkers. Samu and Fatu, minus the missing arm. Superfly Jimmy Snuka. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, which at this point he was known as the Dragon, and he attempted a comeback. The Mountie. Okay, $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase. Roddy Piper. Ric Flair, minus a missing arm. I swear I had gotten another one somewhere that had this arm. I just don't see him. So where he is, I'm not sure. Brutus Barber Beefcake. I know I had gotten another one of these with another arm. I don't know where he went. IRS, who was Ted DiBiase's tag team partner. They were tag team champions. Marty Jannetty. Back when he was doing the singles run, when him and Shawn Michaels had split up. Jake the Snake Roberts. Big Boss Man, which there was also another variation of him without the sunglasses. Okay, and then I'm going to save these for last. These are a little bit, well, this first one probably isn't as rare. Bam Bam Bigelow. The Ex-Convict Nails. Adam Bomb, which came in, I think, one of the last lines of these figures. Adam Bomb was part of it, I believe, with the Smoking Guns, the 1, 2, 3 Kid, and I believe this guy as well. Ludwig Borga. So how about that for some memories, guys? Hope y'all have a good one. Bye.